Welcome to the channel. If you've never been here before, my name is Marcus. I am the Gravelholic, and I will today review a couple of products for you. I have in my hand the Magic 1700, and it's a front light for your bike, which makes the night almost bright as day. I'm kidding. I will show you a little bit later. So stay on and you will see later what this looks like in real life, and I will tell you a little bit more about the features of this light. And also the tail light, SEEME 508, which has a built-in radar, which is a pretty neat function. So stick with me and I will tell you all about how that works and what it looks like in reality. First off, the front light. It comes in, I got it in white, but it also comes in black, so whatever your preference. I would think it was pretty neat with the white one. Actually, I have my bike is more or less all black, but looks pretty good with the white on there. Anyways, it has some nice neat features. It comes with a computer mount actually, so that's pretty awesome. Yeah, it comes with a mount that you can flip. So if you are on Wahoo or like me, or if you have a Garmin like my wife, then you can just flip it. It's super easy. Just a small whatever size that key is. I don't know them by heart. I'm sorry. I'm not an expert. And you'll just move it around. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. To fit it on your handlebar, it comes with a couple of yeah, I don't know what to call these, like bushings, different sizes. They fit in between the handlebar and the mount. Pretty easy, pretty simple to put it in place. Find the one that matches your size of handlebar, and then put it in place and tighten it. It's not harder than that. As you can see on this mount, it has a little bit of an extra thing down here, the action camera mount as it's called. And of course, if you use this for the summertime when it's actually bright outside, you can mount your GoPro there if you want to. And with this action camera mount, you can actually attach the lamp. Super simple. You have this thing here and you just slide it on there. And it says click and it's on. Easy. If you want to take it off, push this button in the front and take it back. Rather simple, huh? Pretty neat. The front light has a button on one side, and on the other side it has the charging. You open this one and you'll get access to the USB-C port right there. You get a USB-C cable with the light as well. And of course, to turn it on, you push this button and what happens? Boom, you got it. But of course, if you're like me, riding a drop bar bike, a gravel bike like me, it's not so neat to lean over to try to turn it off, and you want to turn the light sort of, you want to change modes, you want to increase, decrease the light depending on where you are. If you're meeting someone, if you do something like that, it actually comes with a pretty handy little remote that you can put on your handlebar. And this little guy, it has two buttons on there. You can turn it on and off with the one button, and the second one you can go from sort of what we call in Swedish, I don't know what it's called in English, but we call it like half light and full light, which means that if you have traffic coming on towards you, you can actually turn the light down a little bit, so you're not putting the light straight into their face and that they're getting sort of completely blind. So that is pretty neat. I had that problem with other lights that I've had, that you can sort of keep it in the same mode, or you can change it, but it's pretty cumbersome to do. Or if you're riding, yeah, in an uneven place where it's maybe a bad surface or something, you don't want to lean over to sort of grab it and push the buttons and stuff like that. It's super inconvenient. This one attaches with a super simple like Velcro attachment strap. Just wrap it around the bar and you tighten it and it's right there. You can have it by your thumb, you can have it whatever. It's kind of like a sprint button, you know? It's just not that you're not sprinting. Okay, moving on to the taillight. When you want to attach this little guy to the bike, it also comes with a few attachments. It comes with a nice two-piece kind of attachment. You can see there's two pieces here. There's one rubber part and there's one plastic part. So the rubber part, of course, goes towards your seat post, and it has a little bit of an angle. So if like the seat post is like on my bike, it has a little bit of angle. I don't know how many degrees it is. Who knows? Who keeps track of that? I don't. And you put it like that, and then you take a rubber band, and it comes in different sizes depending on what kind of seat tube you have, and you put it around, and you wrap it around, and then you tighten it. So, and stick around. I have a beginner's mistake that I want to tell you in the end of this show, so please stay on, and I will show you the last part of that little beginner's mistake that I did that you need to remember as well. The mount itself, it's like a computer mount. Looks more or less exactly the same. As you can see, one side or the other, you just put it sideways and then you put it down, and then you have attached it. It's super simple. Okay, let's get into the performance of this little guy. And it is a little guy, but it packs some powerful light, I have to say. 1700, that usually is, yeah, I think that means obviously that it's supposed to be 1700 lumens, which is quite a lot when you, for a light that doesn't have an external battery, which this one does not. And battery life for this little guy is... So let's put it to the test. I took this out, I just tested it. I was standing on a bike path and I had it what I call half light, and then I turned it to full light, and you can now see the difference. Lights up pretty good. And you might notice that there's actually a small line. I should have actually tilted it up a little bit. I did that for the next video when I'm riding, so you're going to see the difference. And that actually gives an even better spread of the light. So I would have to say I'm super impressed by the light that this one little guy is packing. And now for the riding. As you can see, it shines up pretty much, and it gives you a little bit of an extra sort of notion of where you're going when you can see so far in front of you. It's just so much easier to ride a bike in the dark when you can see it. Alright, moving on to the taillight. The taillight I tested as well, but I tested it during the daylight, which is really nice. It's super smart as well to use taillights not only when it's dark, but also in the daylight. So you are a little bit safer from the cars. And that's where the radar functionality also comes into play. It helps you to see when cars are coming behind you. So you can, if you're like me, you want to take a little bit more of the road that you're riding on, not just stay exactly to the edge of it. You might want to just go towards that edge so that the car can pass it a little bit more safely when you know that they're actually coming. So when you're free and there's no one there, do like me. I go more or less in straight part of the road. And this is especially good when you're riding on road. Like me, when I go on gravel roads, that's not too much traffic there, so that is not super needed. But of course, it's impossible basically to not ride on any tarmac or bigger roads where there's more traffic when going from and to the different gravel roads that I'm riding on. First and foremost, connecting this little guy is super simple. What I did is I turned on my Wahoo, I went into the settings and I pushed add new sensor. It took a couple of seconds. It immediately popped up. You confirm that you found the radar. There's some disclaimer text that you have to okay, and then it's connected. Super simple. And what happens in addition when you have this little guy connected is that you get that green little line on the side of your display. And that's where the indication will come from where the car is and how far it is behind you. Okay, so now to the test of the radar. And when I did this test, I was actually riding and looking behind me quite a lot just to be able to see when there was a car approaching and if the radar picked it up or not, and how far that distance was from when the car picked it up or not. And I was lucky. When I tested this, I was on a very straight road. That of course simplifies things. If you're on a curvy road, the car is not going to be seen by the radar as fast as or as early as when you're on a straight road. So when I saw the car coming, you can see now that I'm filming the display, and the car pops up on the display. First there is both visual and sound signal coming from the Wahoo, indicating that there's something coming, there's a hazard. And then you see the little car from the bottom, and it moves towards the top, and the closer to the top it comes, the closer the car is. And I must say, it was really accurate. As you can see, when the car passes me, that's where also the car exits the screen from a Wahoo. So super impressed. And I tried this multiple times and it worked super good for the whole ride. Really, really good. And here comes the beginner's mistake. Don't do what I did. I was a little bit doubtful if this thing was gonna work or not, and in the end of the ride, I was thinking it's not performing as well. But oh my, when I came home, as you can see, the little light and the radar had twisted a little bit on the seat post, so obviously it was not gonna catch all those cars. So don't do that. See to that it's strapped properly. Use the right rubber band to get the right tension so that it sits firmly on your seat post, so it doesn't move in this direction in either way. It needs to stay completely facing your rear, otherwise it's not going to work properly. But when it does, it works perfect, according to me at least. I don't have too much to compare to because I never used a radar before. This is my first one, but from my point of view, it does the job. So that sums up my test, my review of the Magicshine EVO 1700 and SEEME 508. Really qualitative products. They feel really good, they perform really good, and yeah, I'm happy to say that I could recommend these guys. So yeah, I hope you really like this kind of content. I'm gonna produce more reviews and more tests, so please subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think. Have you been using these? Is there anything that would be better or that's comparable? Please let me know. I'm super curious. I'm always open to suggestions. Hit that like button and see you guys.